You've spent your entire life following a set of rules that were written by men who never intended to obey them. You were taught hard work creates wealth, that patience is a virtue, and that playing fair is the path to the top. That story was designed to keep you compliant, not rich. Look at your bank account. Look at your boss. Look at the people who own the land, the companies, the institutions around you. Do you truly believe they got there by waiting their turn? Machiavelli warned that the man who follows the rules among those who do not will come to ruin. In modern terms, your integrity is the subsidy funding their power. Your discipline pays for their private jets. Your obedience keeps their hands clean. The system doesn't want you to be a thinker. It wants you to be a high-functioning component. It rewards you with just enough security to keep you from revolting, but never enough to make you a threat. You are being audited every single day, not for your productivity, but for your compliance. Every success story you've been sold is a lie. You were shown the ending, not the methods. You were given the myth, not the mechanics. The men who built real wealth didn't wait for permission. They didn't work hard and save. They identified the system's vulnerabilities. They bypassed the gatekeepers, and they took what they wanted while you were busy checking your integrity at the door. You were told to be patient while they acquired assets. You were told to save while they borrowed against appreciation. You were told to work while they structured ownership. And then you were blamed for not winning. Right now, you are playing a game where the dealer owns the table, the rules and the outcome, and you are the only one trying to play it straight. That is not honor. That is financial suicide. In the next few minutes, I am burning the rulebook. I'm exposing the secret codes the 1% use to bypass the matrix, the specific cheats of the financial elite, and the brutal reason why the system is terrified of you finding your spine. I will reveal why big money never comes clean, how the elite weaponize the very rules you obey to keep you trapped, and the exact moment you must break the moral contract to save your future. Not fraud, not scams, structural truth. The things you were never supposed to hear, because once you do, you stop being manageable. Most men will watch this and get uncomfortable. They will call it wrong, not because it is false, but because it threatens the identity they built around being obedient. They will go back to their desks and continue to trade their life for a paycheck. If that is you, leave now. But if you are tired of being fuel for someone else's engine, if you are done being a good man in a rigged system and ready to become a formidable one, pay attention, because once you see how the machine actually works, you can never go back to being a happy slave. You are currently living inside a hallucination, and the fact that you still call it a career is proof the conditioning worked. You wake up every morning, you put on your uniform of compliance, and you tell yourself that you are building a career. You tell yourself you are climbing. You are not climbing. You are circulating. You are moving energy through a machine that converts your time into someone else's leverage. Let's look at your life. The life you've been told is successful. You trade 40, 50, 60 hours of your limited time on this earth for a number on a screen. You pay your taxes first. You pay your landlord second, and you pay your debts third. By the time the world is done with you, you are left with the scraps of your own labor. And you have the audacity to call yourself free? You think the rules are there to keep society stable. You're wrong. The rules are there to keep you static. Think about the last time you saw a real surge of wealth. I'm not talking about a 5% raise or a bonus that barely covers your inflation. I'm talking about the jump. The moment someone moves from the middle class into the sovereign class. Did they do it by following the employee handbook? Did they do it by saving 10% of their income in a mutual fund managed by the very banks that are betting against them? You already know the answer. You just avoid sitting with it because it indicts the choices you've been making. Look at the tax code. It is a document written in a language you aren't supposed to understand. To you, it is a list of obligations. To the elite, it is a menu of loopholes. While you are struggling to be honest with your filings, the men who own the systems are moving billions through offshore entities, shell corporations, and charitable foundations that are nothing more than tax-free vaults for their bloodline's power. They are simply not obedient like you, and here is the part that should make you uncomfortable. They are allowed to do this because they understand the game you are still trying to play honestly. You were trained to equate morality with submission. They were trained to equate morality with outcome. You stay broke because you have been conditioned to see the rules as a moral boundary. You think that if you follow them, the universe owes you a reward. You are waiting for a thank you from a machine that doesn't even know you exist. You still believe effort creates wealth. Effort creates exhaustion. Leverage creates wealth. Effort is extracted from you precisely because you do not control leverage. This is why you can work harder every year and still feel poorer. This is why productivity rises while ownership concentrates. You are being optimized, not rewarded. The system wants you to believe that big money is a result of big effort. This is the greatest lie ever sold. Effort is for the workers, leverage is for the rulers, and you cannot have leverage if you are terrified of the consequences of stepping outside the lines. You feel it, don't you? That tightening in your chest when you look at your bank statement? That quiet, screaming realization that you are working harder than your father did, but you are owning less than he ever imagined. That is the audit. That is your soul realizing that you are being liquidated in real time. They don't want you to think about how money is actually created. If the American people understood the banking system, there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning. Money is not earned. It is printed out of thin air by private institutions and loaned back to you at interest. You are literally working your life away to pay back a debt for money that was created by a keystroke. You are a debt slave who thinks he's a professional. The system is designed to keep you in a state of just enough. Just enough money to keep you coming back on Monday. Just enough hope to keep you from jumping off the roof. Just enough distraction to keep you from realizing that the rules you are so proud of following are the very bars of your cell. You aren't a good citizen. You are a perfect subject. A sovereign man looks at a rule and asks, "Who does this protect?" If the answer isn't me, he finds a way around it. He doesn't ask for permission to be successful. He doesn't wait for a fair opportunity. He understands that in the realm of power, fairness is a fairy tale told to the losers to keep them quiet while they are being robbed. Think about the corporations you buy from. They cheat the environment. They cheat their workers. They cheat the government. And yet, you look up to them. You buy their products. You dream of working for them. You admire the ruthless CEO, but you refuse to be ruthless in your own life. You are a fan of the predator while you are being eaten. This is the psychological matrix they have built around you. They have made ruthlessness a dirty word so that you will never use the only tool that can actually cut your strings. You stay broke because you are too nice to take what is yours. You stay broke because you are too loyal to a company that would replace your entire existence with a line of code if it saved them 4 cents a share. You stay broke because you are waiting for a fair play award that doesn't exist. Here is the fatal flaw the audit has exposed. You are more afraid of getting in trouble than you are of dying financially irrelevant. Until that flips, nothing changes. You remain exactly where the system wants you. What comes next will not comfort you. It will destabilize you. We are going to dismantle the money myths you built your identity on and expose how wealth actually moves, who it avoids, and why it keeps bypassing you. Once you see it clearly, you will not be able to participate the same way again. Pay attention. The illusion is cracking. We are moving deeper into the mechanics of your own liquidation. You think you understand money because you know how to count it. That is your first mistake. Counting money is the skill of a cashier. Commanding money is the skill of a prince. While you are obsessing over your credit score, a literal metric of how good you are at being a servant, the elite are playing a game of systemic arbitrage that you aren't even allowed to witness. Let's expose the secret codes of how the 1% actually bypass the matrix you're trapped in. In your world, money is something you earn through labor. In their world, money is an instrument of force. They don't work for it, they manufacture it through debt. and move it through channels that don't exist on your map. You were told that debt is a burden. For the weak it is, but for the ruthless, debt is the ultimate cheat code. Think about the real estate mogul or the private equity shark. They don't use their own money to buy assets. They use your money, the money you saved in your 401k or your safe savings account. They borrow it at 4%, buy an empire that yields 15%, and pocket the difference. They are getting rich off your fear of risk. You are literally funding your own obsolescence. This isn't fraud in the eyes of the law, because they wrote the law to make this behavior the standard. It is a mathematical bypass. While you are paying 30% in income tax like a good citizen, they are using depreciation, 1031 exchanges, and carried interest to pay zero. They didn't work harder than you, they just refused to follow the rules of the peasant class. You sit there wondering why, despite your hard work, you can't get ahead. It's because you are playing by a version of the rules that was deprecated 50 years ago. You are trying to win at a game that has already been patched to ensure you lose. Look at your life scenario. You want to start a business. You save up your own money, you take moderate risks, and you try to be honest with your competitors. You will be eaten alive. The man who wins doesn't start a business. He engineers a monopoly. He uses predatory pricing to kill the competition. He lobbies the government to create regulations that only he can afford to follow. And he cheats the market by knowing the outcome before the game even starts. Machiavelli said, "A prince must have no other objective or thought than war." In the 21st century, that war is fought with capital. The system wants you to believe in the market. There is no market. There is only a hierarchy of information. Those at the top have the code. Those at the bottom have the news. If you are making financial decisions based on what you read in the headlines, you aren't an investor. You are the exit liquidity. You are the person the rich sell to right before the floor falls out. You think it's unfair? Of course it is. Wealth is not a participation trophy. It is a limited resource that is captured through superior strategy and the willingness to do what the good man considers underhanded. Why do you think the elite send their children to schools you've never heard of? To learn math? No. To learn the network of the unspoken. They are taught from birth that the rules are a social camouflage, something you wear to appear harmless while you are being lethal. They are taught that compliance is a trait for the help. Expose yourself for a moment. Think about the times you've had an edge, a piece of information, a shortcut, a way to bypass a gatekeeper. Did you take it? Or did your nice guy programming kick in? Did you tell yourself, no, that wouldn't be fair, or I should wait for the official process? That hesitation is why you are still where you are. Every time you chose fairness over leverage, you signaled to the universe that you are a subject, not a sovereign. The matrix is not a computer program. It is the moral weight you carry that keeps you from moving at the speed of wealth. Money moves to where it is treated with the most aggression. It flees from the timid. It avoids the man who asks, "Is this allowed?" It flows to the man who says, "This is mine." The secret code is simple. Value is subjective, but power is absolute. The rich don't ask what a fair price is. They ask, how much control can I buy? They don't seek job security. They seek ownership. Ownership of the land, ownership of the debt, and most importantly, ownership of the systems of belief that keep you working for them. You are currently obsessed with income. Income is a treadmill. If you stop running, the money stops coming. The rich are obsessed with equity. They want to own the machine that makes the money while they sleep. And the rules are designed to make ownership as difficult as possible for you to attain. High barrier to entry, excessive licensing, heavy regulation. These aren't safety measures. They are moats built around the castle of the elite to keep the nice guys on the outside, fighting over the scraps of hourly wages. You have been trained to see the CEO as the enemy. He isn't. He's just another high-level servant. The real enemy is the shareholder, the man who owns the rules, the man who doesn't even know your name but decided your salary was too high for his quarterly projections. He didn't earn his position through a fair hiring process. He inherited it, he leveraged it, or he ruthlessly maneuvered his way into it by breaking every social contract you hold dear. And here you are, still trying to be reliable, still trying to be loyal. If you want to break free, you must first accept that your moral compass has been calibrated by your captors to always point away from the exit. You must learn to see the rules not as walls, but as suggestions for the weak. The audit of the financial matrix is complete. You now know that the game is not played on the field. It is played in the back rooms, in the fine print, and in the cheats that the elite call best practices. The question is no longer, how do I play the game? The question is, am I ready to stop being the pawn and start being the one who marks the cards? Stay with me. We are crossing the point of no return. You've spent your life being transparent. You think being an open book is a sign of honesty. It isn't. It's a sign of vulnerability. In the world of big money and Machiavellian power, transparency is the cloak of the victim. The elite don't broadcast their moves. They operate in the shadows. Why do you think the most powerful corporations on Earth have names you can't pronounce and headquarters in islands you can't find on a map? It's because visibility is a tax. When the system can see you, it can regulate you, it can sue you, and it can extract from you. Your middle-class life is designed to be perfectly visible. Your income is reported by your employer, your spending is tracked by your bank, and your social credit is monitored by your peers. You are a glass man in a world of stone walls. Machiavelli said, "A prince must be a great pretender and dissembler. To get rich in a rigged system, you must master the art of the strategic ghost. You must learn to build your power in silence while maintaining a public face of total compliance." Look at your life scenario. You have a side hustle, or you're trying to build an edge at work. What do? You tell everyone. You post it on LinkedIn. You network. You seek validation. You are literally inviting the predators to come and audit your progress before you have the defenses to stop them. A sovereign man builds in the dark. He creates legal fictions, entities, structures, and alliances that shield his true wealth from the eyes of the envious and the hands of the state. The rules are designed to catch the loud and the desperate. If you are screaming for attention, you are asking for a leash. The richest people you will ever meet don't look rich. They look compliant. They drive modest cars while their private trusts own the dealerships. They live in rented mansions owned by their own holding companies. They have zero personal income while they command billions in assets. They are cheating the very concept of identity. While you are busy trying to build your brand, they are busy erasing their tracks. Expose yourself again. How many times have you been held back because you were too honest about your intentions? You told your boss you wanted his job. You told your partner exactly how much you had in the bank. You told your friends your $1,000,000 idea. And then you wondered why the promotion went to the guy who stayed quiet, or why your friends suddenly started pointing out all the reasons your idea would fail. They didn't sabotage you because they are evil. They sabotaged you because power is zero-sum. Every bit of ground you gain is ground they lose. By being nice and open, you gave them the weapon to cut you down. The system wants you to believe in the community. There is no community in the pursuit of wealth. There is only the cartel and the consumer. If you aren't in the inner circle of those who understand the shadow game, you are the one being consumed. The cheat isn't about breaking the law. It's about operating above the frequency of the law. Laws are written for the standard person. The moment you stop being standard, the moment you move your assets into structures the average IRS agent doesn't even understand, you become a ghost in the machine. You become judgment-proof. Think about the rules of the workplace. Don't discuss your salary. Follow the chain of command. These aren't professional ethics. They are information barriers. They want to keep you from knowing your own market value while they use high-level data to squeeze every drop of margin out of your labor. The elite don't discuss salaries. They share data. They have mastermind groups where the real rules of the industry are traded like currency, while you are left reading the employee handbook like it's the Bible. You are currently a slave to validation. You want people to know you're successful. That ego is the chain that keeps you broke. The rich don't want to look successful. They want to be powerful. They understand that a nice guy who looks rich is just a target. A ruthless man who looks average is a ghost. You must adopt the Machiavellian mask. When you are at your most lethal, you must appear most harmless. When you are most wealthy, you must appear most humble. This is how you cheat the social audit. You bypass the resentment of the masses and the scrutiny of the system. Look at your current financial strategy. It's probably transparent to the point of stupidity. You use one bank account. You have one source of income. You are a single point of failure. If the system decides to cancel you, or your bank decides to freeze your assets for a random audit, you are finished. You are a hostage to your own visibility. The secret code here is fragmentation. The elite never put their eggs in one basket, and they never let one person see the whole basket. They fragment their wealth, their information, and their loyalties. They use the rules of one jurisdiction to protect themselves from the rules of another. They are playing a 4D game of chess while you are playing tag in a minefield. You stay broke because you are waiting for a clear path. There is no clear path to the top. The path is a labyrinth, and the map is hidden in the shadows. You have to be willing to walk in the dark, to move in silence, and to cheat the expectations of everyone around you. Your parents, your teachers, your HR department, they all trained you to be visible and predictable. They told you that only people with something to hide seek privacy. That is the ultimate gaslight. In a world of predators, the only people with something to keep are the people who hide it. The audit of the shadow is complete. You now realize that your honesty has been your greatest liability. You have been a good man for an audience that wants to see you fail. It is time to close the book. It is time to become the ghost. By now, you should feel a cold knot in your stomach. That is not fear. It is the death of your delusions. You have seen the cage. You have seen how the rules function. You have seen how obedience is monetized and how decency is converted into leverage for men who never planned to live by your code. But understanding is useless without execution. Most men will watch these 30 minutes and do exactly nothing. They will feel a temporary surge of motivation. Then they will go back to the same job, the same safe investments, and the same submissive social habits. They will choose the comfort of the cage over the danger of the climb. They will tell themselves that one day they will make their move. There is no one day. There is only the frequency you are on right now. If you are waiting for a fair opportunity, a clean path, or moral permission, you have already opted out of wealth. In the Machiavellian law of money, opportunity is seized through calculated violation of expectations, not granted through patience. Look at the reality of your situation one last time. Every day you spend playing by the book is another day you are losing the compounding war. While you are waiting for permission, the inflation is eating your savings, the system is tightening its regulations, and the window of the pivot is closing. This is where commitment begins. You must commit to the sovereign pivot. This is the moment where you stop being a nice guy who is useful to the system and start being a formidable man who is a threat to the status quo. You start by fragmenting your life. You stop being a single visible target. You start moving your capital where it is respected, not taxed. You start using the rules as a weapon against those who would use them against you. You aren't cheating society. You are recouping your losses. You are taking back the wealth, the time, and the dignity that was stolen from you through the social contract you never agreed to. This path will cost you approval. People close to you will sense the shift. They will say you are different. They will call you cold. They will try to pull you back into compliance using guilt and morality. That is the final defense mechanism of a system losing control. Your growth threatens the stories they need to stay asleep. Let them react. We have recapped the entire architecture of your enslavement. We have exposed the rigged math, the hidden hierarchies, and the power of the strategic ghost. You are now armed with the truth, but truth without action is just a heavier burden. If this landed, If you recognize that the rules you followed were never meant to reward you, then you must lock this shift into your nervous system. Drop this in the comments right now to cement it. I am done being a servant. Say it publicly, so the old identity cannot return. Now understand this clearly. What you have seen here is surface level. The deeper structures, the strategic formations, the psychological frame control, the real execution layers cannot exist in the open without being diluted or censored. That is why the membership exists. If you are serious about escaping the matrix, you must join our inner circle. Our sovereign membership is not a course. It is a war room for men who have decided that the rules no longer apply to them. If you stay on the outside, you are choosing to stay in the dark. Most men will ignore this command. They will tell themselves they can figure it out alone. Those men are currently broke and will stay broke. Join the membership now or accept the consequences of remaining legible. Like this video, so it reaches another man trapped inside obedience who cannot name the pressure crushing him. This is how you weaken the machine. Subscribe so you do not miss the next audit. Momentum is everything. Miss one and old patterns return. Thank you for reaching the end. 99% of the men who started this video clicked away when it got too heavy. They couldn't handle the reflection in the mirror. You stayed. You have the nerve. Now execute. I will see you in the next video.